Everybody, it's Tara Green here. I'm going to talk about the Sagittarius new moon, which happened on November the 30th, if you were in Pacific Standard Time at 10:21 p.m. on December the 1st at 1:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's what this chart is set to. So the new moon was at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. Be aware that this is a double new moon month, not the same as a blue moon. It's like a black moon. They call it a black moon month. So we're closing out 2024 on a double new moon. Now, it's very significant, the degree that the sun and the moon are meeting at. You can see that here. They're conjunct to a fixed star called Antares. And Antares is one of the four major archangel stars in the sky. This one is connected to the Archangel Uriel, which isn't really talked about as much. He's kind of a fiery angel. Antares means the rival of Mars, so it's a huge star in the sky. So to have the sun and moon exactly conjunct, that is a big deal. So it means that it connects us to the angels to some degree. Now, the ruler of Sagittarius is the planet Jupiter. There's Jupiter up there in Gemini, and Jupiter is retrograde. So whatever benefits Jupiter is going to bring, Jupiter always brings benefits. It just means we're going to have to wait a while, or there's a lag. You know, the mail's not coming. There is a postal strike right now on in Canada. So the benefits are coming. They may be a bit split, or there could be a split decision, or it has two sides to the coin there in Gemini. But that can delay things. And of course, Mercury, which is the ruler of Gemini, is also retrograde at 20 degrees. So Jupiter and Mercury are opposite each other. They're in what's called mutual reception. They're in each other's signs, but they're both retrograde and both in detriment. So again, this is kind of a little bit of it's a blessing, but it may not come out the way you want. Jupiter tends to over-exaggerate anyway, and when Jupiter's moving retrograde to Mercury as well, you know, things are going to slow down. It's not a good time to initiate things, but it is a good time to edit or review or go over your marketing or anything else you want to put out a new message while Mercury is retrograde. This is a good time to do it. Now, I have outlined the major aspects. You can see them quite a bit stronger here. So the Sagittarius sun and moon are squaring Saturn in Pisces. Saturn's been sitting at 12 degrees of Pisces for a long time now. So if you have any planets kind of close to the sun and the moon there, 9 degrees, even earlier, I would say, you know, back 12 degrees Sag, -5, 7 degrees. No, my sun is right there. My moon has been squared by Saturn for the last while. It's pretty tough. It's pretty exhausting. So Saturn in Pisces is kind of like dissolving the boundaries in a way, kind of enervating you. It's, you know, Saturn in Pisces really takes the energy out of you. So Sagittarius, you're usually pretty fired up. And even though this is your new moon, when you want to make some new intentions, remember that with the retrograde motions and with Saturn kind of squaring off there, it's also squaring Jupiter there. Jupiter's also exalted in Pisces. So there's a lot of, like, what I would say is interference. And I'm definitely feeling that. So let's see what else we've got here. Chiron, the wounded healer at 19 degrees Aries, will turn direct later this month. I just did my December outlook for the Cosmic Intelligence Agency that's up on my YouTube channel. So Chiron in Aries at 19 degrees, the same degree it was at when the solar eclipse happened April the 8th, and Chiron was conjunct the sun at that time. Of course, opposite Lilith here, and Vesta, these two goddess asteroids, again, creating tension between relationships. Lilith in Libra doesn't want to be nice. She wants to be equal and independent. And then there's Vesta, the root word of investment. So if you're investing yourself into relationships, you can't be too defensive. You have to learn to use Chiron, the wounded healer, as the key. That's his symbol, looks like a little key there, to open the wounds, open the vulnerability, take off the armor. Mars here is getting ready also to go retrograde. Mars is pretty much almost stationary in the sky. It's got one more degree to go before it turns retrograde. Also on December the 6th, so that is a big deal as well. Mars not really moving in the sky. Mars opposite Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So again, if you have any planets at the first 5 degrees, first 6 degrees even, I would say, of any of the fixed signs, that's, you know, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, you're feeling that tension as well. Okay. Let's see, Uranus is in Taurus at 24 degrees, also retrograde, and it's trining Venus here at 23 Capricorn, and Ceres, the Great Mother, 23 Capricorn. So women's issues, business, values, feminine values coming into play here. Everybody has an internal masculine and feminine side. You know, that's archetypes, that's magnetism, that's the way it works. Let's see what else we've got here. Neptune at 27 Pisces, also still retrograde and squaring the galactic center. Usually I mark it here. Galactic center is a big cosmic, the big wormhole in the middle of our galaxy. It's very powerful. So, you know, you want to tune into that while Neptune is at that 27th, even to the 29th degree. Very powerful. That's been going on for a while. I believe that that's why everybody's seeing the UFOs, because Neptune and Pluto have been in this sextile for a while. They're still there. That's going to continue into 2026. Let's see what else we're going to talk about here. Juno, the feminine form of genius here at 9 degrees of Scorpio. The sun and the moon are also at 9, so you want to think about that number 9 vibration in, what do you call it? In degree theory, that would be Sagittarius, not the 9th sign. So again, we've got this 9 vibration as we go into 2025. 2025 reduces to the number 9 as well. So the number 9 is a magic number of completion. It represents the Hermit in the tarot, and that's going to be our guide for 2025. So Juno, the feminine force of genius, trining Saturn here. So we need to listen to the wisdom in our dreams and really do the dream work, especially while Saturn is in Pisces until the beginning of 2026. I mean, it will enter Aries for a very short time in 2025 and then move back, but then will move forward in 2026 at the beginning of January 2026, where it meets Neptune at a very fateful 0 degrees of Aries on February 20th, 2026. But while Saturn's in Pisces, great time to do dream work and dream healing, which is the ancient healing methods that the Greeks used. So it was like, you know, Freud and Carl Jung didn't invent anything. They just rediscovered what indigenous people and the Greek civilization had done for years. So Juno is this multi-dimensional energy. I want to finish writing my book on her. And so you really want to tune into the wisdom of your dreams, listen to your intuition, very important right now. So with Pluto at 0 Aquarius, you know, we're just beginning that 20-year journey to think about new intentions here. 20 years ahead, I'm going to be doing special readings for people looking at that 20-year cycle, a very long cycle ahead. If you want to get in touch with me at tarot.com for that. And also Mars moving retrograde, very important cycle. Mars is going to be retrograde for a long time and really slowing everything down. We go into 2025 with Mars retrograde as well, and that only happens once every 2 years. So, you know, this mutual reception is very nice in a way, but everybody's kind of, lots of planets are moving backwards, so don't expect things to manifest right away, you know. That's really, you know, don't expect it and you won't be disappointed, right? But the sun and the moon in Sag, you know, I'm a double Sag, you know, it's very optimistic. You want to have faith no matter how dark. I know a lot of people are still in shock about the election in the US and fearful and projecting that Saturn and Pisces, you know, look at your projections. It would be a really good time at this dark moon to look at everything that you're seeing out there that you're blaming on Donald Trump or whatever, and look at those shadow aspects in yourself, okay? Conversely, you know, the Republicans think the Democrats are crazy too, so everybody's projecting like mad. Their shadows are really out in public, in full view. That's a good thing. You want to learn to look at what parts of myself am I not accepting in this, okay? Because that's really all of the healing lies within us first. It's all coming from us. And these are big spiritual lesson times right now with Saturn and Neptune and Pisces. They will meet in 2025. It's a very big historic events. And so, you know, 2025 is going to be a big, I'm calling it the big shift year. You know, all of those outer planets changing sign, Pluto leading the pack, then Saturn, Neptune goes first, then Saturn, Uranus, Jupiter is going to enter Cancer. So that's, you know, all of the planets, those major planets haven't moved together since the 1700s and before then in the Renaissance. So we're on the cusp of these huge, huge changes. It's really important to know thyself so you can learn how it affects you personally and what to do about it. So if you want to get in touch with me, I'm at tarot.com, sending you many, many blessings of the day.